Hey everyone, this is Grace and happy Saturday. Today is the day of the May House Mouse project reveal. And as many of you know who've been following me from the beginning of this House Mouse collab, I ended up just taking one of these desktop calendars that my father received and he was just going to throw it away. So what I did was, I don't know if I can show you. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. And Dad was just going to throw it away. And I thought, you know what? Let me use this because I'm making a scrapbook for my mother, with the Gorgeous Girls collab. And I thought, I'm going to make Dad a nice desktop calendar using House Mouse. So what I did was, because it's for Dad, and this month's theme is mothers and grandmothers, I wanted to keep it the color palette much more something that Dad would like, but Dad also tends to like brighter colors, and so when you think mothers and grandmothers, you think obviously pink and purple, at least I do, but I thought since this was for Dad, I would use blue. And I know it seems like such a weird thing to have the two mice knitting in the month of May, but there's a reason for it. So let me explain to you what I did. I picked out the little knitting mice, and in all honesty, this is what I was, imagining when I thought of May, but I don't have the stamp. I know you would think that with everything, with all the other house mouse stamps that I have, I would have this one, but I didn't. And so what I did was I got online and printed it out. And then I wanted to be able to color it. So what I did was I was able to find a black and white copy image of it and then ended up coloring it. So it looks like one, but it's actually a combination of several colors. I think I used 2 shades of blue and then, my characteristic, 3 shades of brown, and then, yeah. So, and then this is gray, and then this I used as peach, and there's a little bit of a pink there. If you guys, hold on, let me zoom in and see if you guys can see it. So, yeah, the resolution wasn't as great when I printed it out in that image, but on some level, I think the fuzzier resolution works nicely with this layout because it's yarn. So anyway, the reason why I picked the knitting stamp is because my grandmother taught me how to knit, and it's something that I do from time to time. I used to knit quite often when I was in grad school, and certainly when I left med school, some of you guys know I used to be in medical school, I just needed time to just process and figure out what the heck I wanted to do with the rest of my life, when so much of my life since 4th grade had been geared towards becoming a doctor. And so one of the ways that I did that was I pulled out my knitting needles and popped in a Korean drama. I know my creative ego will appreciate that. And then I just knitted for I think a few weeks. And so here you see booties and hats. I can't do that, but I did learn to knit well enough from Grandma that I was able to create, those seashell, the scalloped designed blankets. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I don't have that anymore. I made 2. One was given to Grandma and one was given to my youngest sister, and I made them big enough that they could be used for a twin bed. So anyway, so I wanted an homage to Grandma with the knitting. And then, since it's also Mother's, I wanted to have the green background because my mother loves the color green, and you guys may recognize that that's the paper pad that I used from Bo Bunny. And then one of the other things that my mother has done is instilled a healthy fear of the Lord. And I was thinking about using Proverbs 31, but I thought since this is for Dad, I would just take that and just, use this verse instead of, charm is, deceiving and Beauty is fleeting, but the woman who fears the Lord is... Actually, hold on. All right, I wanted to actually get the verse correct. So this is actually a chapter that my mother had impressed upon me, but specifically Proverbs... I can't even think right now. Proverbs 31:30 and 31. It should be easy to memorize, huh? Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her for all that her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gates. And so I wanted to do this in honor, certainly, of my mother, and my grandmother is also a woman of faith. And my grandmother was incidentally the first believer in her family, and Mom was the first believer in her family, because my living grandmother is my paternal grandmother. But anyway, so I wanted to have that verse, but I thought, you know what, let's take the gist of that. And I found another one that's a little bit more generalized in Proverbs, so did that. Now what you'll see is a bunch of little yellow, I mean not yellow, but white dots, and this is because I wanted to use this. And I can't even remember where I got it. I either got it from Dollar Tree or maybe Michael's. But anyway, I wanted it to look as though some of the yarn was wiggling all around. And then I framed it. So obviously I'm crafting Saturday morning. And so I didn't have time to let the glue dry. But I did use the Martha Stewart Crafts craft glue. And I'm hoping that the yarn is light enough that it will stay put when it dries, and then I stand it up. Otherwise, I may have to go back and hot glue gun the, yarn down. But what's kind of nice is I was hoping for a fuzzier yarn, like a thicker yarn, but I can't find my stash of yarn because it's been a while since I knitted, and I'm sure I put it away somewhere, or someone in the family has put it away in storage. So this, you'll notice, is Handcrafter crochet thread, which actually for a small, palette like this, it actually works out nicely. So picked blue and a brighter color of green because Dad likes brighter colors, and I think it came out looking nice. So on the other side, you guys can see is the Korean version, and yep. So I'm like so afraid to flip this in case it like tumbles down. But anyway, so this is my May share. Theme was mothers and grandmothers. Down in the description bar, everyone, I will be leaving the links to all of the women who are going to be participating this month. You guys know with my collab, sometimes if things happen, I give my collaborators the leeway to opt out for a month or two, just because I know real life can be very demanding, and I certainly don't want something that's designed to be fun to add, additional stress. So I think 2 of the women have already contacted the rest of the group saying that they won't be taking part this month, but the other remaining 13 will. So I hope you'll check them out. And, oh, this is up here because I wanted to show you some of the things that I use. So I used peacock feathers and broken china. And what was the other one I used? There was another dark one. Maybe Salty Ocean to stamp out the May. And then the rest I just colored in to fill in the little spots. Because when I used those on the Dilutions monthly stamps, for some reason they kind of come out spotted. I don't know if anyone else has that issue, but anyway, so okay, so back to what I was saying. There are 13 of us, so I hope you guys will check them out. And as an incentive, I have a house mouse cling stamp that I would like to offer as a giveaway this month. And so, with summer coming up, I think this is appropriate. And oh no, look, the bird thinks, who is this? I think it might be, yeah, it might be Amanda's tail, but anyway, thinks it's a worm. And you're like, run away, hide your tail so the bird doesn't get you. Anyway, so I thought that this would be nice to use for the summer months. And so, yeah. Go ahead and just leave a comment letting me know what you plan on doing for the summer. any beach time, what have you. And I think that will tell me then that you want to enter in this little impromptu house mouse giveaway. And I will come back next week when I film my Tuesday morning haul and announce the winner at that time. Because I think usually you guys end up just watching these within about a week, and then after a week you stop watching, the older videos. And so I hope that made sense. All right, so this is the May project. I hope you guys like. Leave me a comment, certainly. Feedback. Next month will be another layout for continuing this desktop calendar. And please check out the other collaborators. I am looking forward to seeing what awesome house mouse creations they've made for this month. So anyway, take care, everyone. Bye.